This video is for clicking on the reference panel temperature or reference temperature panel thingies. And so this is the instructions are in the same document as the georeferencing stuff here, just below it. And so this process should only happen after georeferencing has been completed. And it'll take place, the logging of it takes place in the same spreadsheet. So I need to go down to the 2023 tab. And you can see here, it's got our dates for georeferencing. It has the manual georeferencing that's been done or not done, depending on the date. And we're going to be using this column over here, reference panels. So I'm going to look at 727 right now, none of which has been done. And I'm going to plot my initials MGA into 727 round 7 just as an example. So we'll have, at the end of the day, every one of these cells should have 2 sets of initials in it, showing that 2 people have done it so we can error check. Okay, so I know which one I'm going to be doing right now. So let me go back to the instructions. And the first thing is like, well, how do you know where the reference panels were placed on that day? And this is not an exact science here, but the first thing you do is open up your ArcPro file. And so you'd be, on the computer that you're using in your personal folder, go into the georef folder, and this is the same thing you'll be doing for georeferencing. You'd double click on this, open up in ArcGIS. I've already done that. And you're going to want to make sure that the reference panels are only showing up for this particular date. So right now this is true. I'm only showing 727 through a definition query, but what if that wasn't true? I would double click, go to definition query. Let's say I want to change it to only show those from 726. Just do that. Hit apply, check that it doesn't have any time stamp in there, just date. And I'm going to click OK. Watch these move as I click OK. So 8 went away and 3 moved a little bit. That's because those were physically placed in a different spot on that day. And there were only 5 of them on 726. So now you can kind of move around and see where they are in the landscape. The point is to see like where in a given image these are going to be. So you could put on some thermal images to get an even better sense, but you don't have to because you're seeing the same landscape. So you can like right click on here and I do pan to, so this will show me where number 1 is, for example. You can do that for any of them. So let me set this back to 727 because that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so 1 just moved there a little bit, and you will want to slow press into here to do the rename because you always want to be telling yourself what you're looking at or else you'll forget. All right, so you can pan around and get a visual. The other thing you'll check is just the panel ordering that you're likely to see. And I will have done these 1 round from each day already. So I've made it to this is a little confusing, but the UMBC 726 campaign because it's a 2-day campaign, and I've gone into the XTR thermal camera folder and chosen the 2nd day, which is the 27th. And so this, oops, come on. This is where all of the images live in the individual rounds. And here is where these log files of what you're doing today, the panel temperatures, are going to show up. So you'll see that I've done one here, and I didn't name this properly. I should have put my initials at the end. And this can serve as an example for the whole day of what the likely panel ordering is going to be. So I would just jump in there. And this isn't always going to be the case. There could be some variability here, but it should be pretty consistently true that you will see as you cycle through the images, panel 5, 3, 3, 4, 4, 7, etc., down to the bottom. And so this is going to definitely help you move more quickly to kind of anticipate this order. Here's the temperatures over here, collected in the imagery. And here's the distance and direction from the center of the image. Just some other information that is helpful to me for correcting the images. Okay, so as you may have noticed, this is round 7, so you can see that I've already done it. So I kind of forgot about that. But what am I going to do? I'm going to go back here then, and oops, we'll look at round 8 instead. So round 8, round 7 I've already done, round 8 we'll do right now. All right, so back to the instructions, and okay, we've done the panel stuff. It shows you where to look. Now we're going to open up the R script from your folder. So your folder, again, is in your name here. Go back up there. Here is the script. You just double click on that. Opens up the script, and it gives you the instructions for in the script, which I'll just do. I won't read these right now. Executing code, I would always use doing it the way that I do it, which is probably useful right now. You should just select the code you want to run and hit Control Enter. So I'm going to start by loading libraries. Control Enter. Here's the one place you have to make updates. So you need to say what directory you're doing. So we're still in the 726 campaign, but on the date 727, but we're doing a different round now. So I'm going to do R08, and then I thought I could hit tab and autocomplete it, but maybe I can't. I can just go back and look at the folder R08 1445. That's 2:45 in the afternoon. So then I'm going to hit Control Enter. I don't need to select it. I could also just, if I just don't select it, that'll just run that one line of code. So, okay, it didn't like that. So that means go back and see what the issue is. With the, probably you typed in the name wrong or something, so I need to look. Sorry, issue on my end, been fixed. I won't bore you with the details. So I've set the directory to where the images are for this round. Now I need to set the output file name. The date is still good. I'm going to change to round 8. And I'm just going to put my initials here. And you'll do the same. And I'll run that code, and you can see that variable is now stored over here. The rest of the code you shouldn't need to change. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put my cursor on line 61, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to here, just above the saving of the file here. And I'm going to shift click to select everything. Now, before I proceed, the instructions will tell you that you want to take this window and stick it in the left half of your screen. So I use the win and left button to do that, but you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. This will be helpful, you'll see. And now I'm going to hit Control Enter to run the main code. And so you can see where the process has started. So the first thing I need to do is enter the panel number down here in the bottom. And so, okay, which panel number is that? Well, if I forgotten, this would be a good time to say, what is likely the first panel number? Well, 5 is probably the first one. And can I confirm that? Might be good to do. Click on 5, right click, pan to it. Does it look like it's in a situation like this? Yes, it does. So, okay, we're probably good to go. So I won't do that every time, and you won't need to either, but you will to get started. So let me bring back my thingy here. So I'm going to type in 5, hit enter. Now, here's the panel. And you'll know this from looking at the image in ARC, but it's right in the middle. It's this white thing with the two black things on either side. And so now I'm going to click to the upper left of it and to the bottom right of it. And that's going to allow me to zoom in. Now I'm seeing it much more clearly. And now I'm going to click on the single brightest pixel. And so is it this one or this one? I don't really know, but somewhere in the center that is the hottest pixel is going to be the way to go. So I'm going to choose this one. Don't think too hard about it. And then you're done. So you can see it's recorded the temperature and the distance from nadir and the panel number and the direction from nadir. Nadir is just meaning the middle of the image in this case. Okay, so now I'm over here where I know this is 3 and 8, and we're ignoring 8. We're never going to do two panels in the same image. So I'm going to type in 3 and do my bounding box here, and this one, I'll take that pixel. And now the next one comes up, and these are the same these are the same panels. So I'm going to click 3 again. They just kind of move, and it's useful to me to capture them multiple times. Click, click. This looks like the brightest pixel. And it's the same panels again in the bottom there. So panel number 3. Click, click. It's one of these two. I don't know. Maybe that one. And enter panel number. There's no panel here. I can look around. There might be some things that look panel-like, but you'll know it from consulting back in ArcGIS, and I'll click 0. And there's none here either. 0. There's none here. 0. Now we get one in the far left side. And that's panel 4. Zoom in. Do my thing. Here is the same. Now that panel 4 is right in the middle. This one kind of tough, but we'll say that one. So feel free to fast forward the video at this point, but I'll just go through the process, might as well. So there's no panel here. There's no panel here. There is a panel here, right here. This is panel 7. One of these two, who knows? Take that one. There's no panel here. There is panel 1 is here. It's down here. Not that guy. It's this one down here. I don't know which one that is. I'll go with this one. This is panel 1 again. We're going to probably see panel 1 3 times. Yep, still panel 1 up here. No panel. No panel. No panel. Still no panel. Now we've got panel 6 over here. And don't be alarmed by these pop-ups here. That's just OneDrive downloading the images. So panel 6. That's a tough one. I don't even know. I'm going to say that one. No panel. Now we got panel 2 over here. Panel 2 again in the center. And no panel. And now we're back towards the beginning here. So we're going to do panel 3 one more time. Okay, and that's it. So if you feel like you did that all well, then you can save. So I need to run these 2 lines of code. And now I want to confirm that what I just did saved. So I've got round date right here in my 727 folder. I might open it up just to make sure it looks reasonable, but probably will. And that's it. You are done with 1 round.